Okay, this is small warehouse vehicle search, off-leash interior 3 vehicle search. So we're just going to focus mostly on the front bumper of the SUV. That was the one hide that was just not readily available. The other 3 hides Muriel found pretty well on her own without too much direction. So we're going to go through the whole search and focus on that one. So we got the start here. She was checking out a bunch of people, and I waited until she seemed ready to work. So she comes right in, wraps this minivan, and boom. So notice here, very subtle, as she's coming around. The hide placement's down there. She actually catches it here, so probably about 2.5 feet past. So there may be some movement this way of that particular odor. Then I send her off, and of course she goes to check this vehicle. When she stops up here, when she stops here and swings out that way, okay, that probably has some significance. Don't know exactly what, to be honest, but that's definitely a change related to catching some odor. So take note of that. I'll let her swing back around, and she works this minivan all the way back around. Kind of gets to me, and I'm telling her, hey, look, we got to keep working. So let's go. So she works around the side of this vehicle. She goes to the back of this vehicle, and she gets a hide at the very back, right inside of a hitch ball opening to put in a hitch ball. So she gets that hide on the back, and then I have to direct her. So here's the deal. Normally we might say, oh well, let's just let her go the direction she wants to go. However, I already knew that she was kind of being drawn that way and being drawn back once she got to the front of the minivan, so I don't want her to spend a bunch of time running around a vehicle that I've already seen her go around, as well as a vehicle where I've already seen her try to do something else, which she tried to break off at the front bumper and turn. So I don't want to spend a bunch of time having her do that again. So I asked her to come back because I want to see her search the side of the SUV she didn't really search. So I get her back. I stay out of her way so that she can start searching that vehicle right away. And now she catches it. She kind of gives me a little alert, but I don't know about that. So I wait, and then I call it on the second one. So basically, because I saw her plug in way back here, could have somewhat been related to the hide on the back bumper of this vehicle, but may also be related to the one on the front because she seems to follow it pretty directly. So she started following from here. She plugged in and started really working. She knew where she wanted to be. And now what happens sometimes with her is she gets pretty close when she's followed it from that far away and she thinks she's done. But there wasn't a whole lot of sourcing behavior. It was more of like I smelled an area and I think I'm done. This hide was actually further on. Now I don't know if the call would have been good here or not, but I decided to see if she'll search again, and if it in her history, If it was really right there, she would actually search there again and work to source it. Instead, she worked nearly to the bumper, or to the license plate, so beneath the license plate on the bumper. So I let her work further, and then I gave the call, and that was correct. Either one might have been correct, but felt better about making her work a little bit further to it. So now she's found 2 on the SUV, 1 on the minivan, and she's working this third vehicle. And we're working pretty quickly here. And she comes along and she's working, chooses that bottom back corner of the wheel well, and she's correct. And we say finish, and some people clap. So that was a pretty good search. Biggest things in a search like this are try to get your dog to the different parts of the search area, the vehicles, without getting in their way, so you can really see if you've asked them to search vehicle A or vehicle B, you can see that once they get there, they're searching or not searching, and whether you were right to guide them there and watch what they do, and use that information to reassess quickly and move ahead. And try not to go back and cover ground you've already covered unless you really think it needs to be, and in that case do it in a different direction. Once the dog's got a good idea of what they're doing in a vehicle search, they're going to be able to clear vehicles pretty quickly and efficiently, and if they miss something, it's a training issue you got to deal with later on. At trial, you put your best skills on display and you go with it, and if you miss something, you find out what it was you missed and try and figure out why, and you go train for another day. So that was a pretty good search from her. It was a second place finish, 2 seconds off of first, so very proud of her in a vehicle search like that.